Hello, dear friends. I'm Neet Shukla, and you're watching Balmurthy Online in English, an initiative by the Unified Growth Foundation. After the warm and thoughtful response we received to part 1 of this series, we are back with part 2 of A Mother's Guide Feeding and Care Essentials by Dr. I.K. Vijliwala. From concerns about frequent crying and vomiting to questions around caring for twins, gaps between pregnancies, or feeding during fever, this episode walks through real everyday situations that every new parent may face. Let's approach these with calm care and practical wisdom to support both child and the caregiver. Now, before we begin, if you're only listening and not watching this podcast, make sure to check out our channel for the video version of this very same episode and to explore more parenting videos like this one. Let's have a look.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Nishant.
And I'm Rahi. Nishant, my cousin just had her first baby, and the amount of free and frankly conflicting advice she's getting is just overwhelming.
Are, don't even get me started. It's a classic case of information overload.
Right.
And for new parents, it's, incredibly stressful. That's why I was so relieved when I came across this fantastic article, A Mother's Guide Feeding and Care Essentials Part 2.
Oh, do tell me more. A good, clear guide is like finding an oasis in a desert.
Oh, it truly is. This one is written by Dr. I.K. Vijliwala.
Okay.
It's part of the Balmurthy Online in English project.
Acha, I know them. That's a wonderful initiative by the Unified Growth Foundation, isn't it? Their work is so credible. So, what wisdom does Dr. Vijliwala share?
Okay. So let's start with the most common panic point. The baby is crying.
Yes.
Okay. Everyone's immediate reaction is, he must be hungry, feed him.
Bilkul. That's the default setting, right?
Exactly. But the guide advises against feeding the baby every single time it cries.
Oh.
It could be anything, a wet nappy, feeling too hot or cold, or simply needing the comfort of a cuddle.
Right.
He warns that constant feeding can actually cause colic.
That makes perfect sense. But that leads to the next big fear. Is my baby getting enough milk?
He offers a very simple check for that.
Okay.
If your baby is active between feeds and is passing urine more than 6 times in 24 hours, you can rest assured
Wow.
they're getting enough.
Simple, measurable, and reassuring. I love that. Okay, let's do some myths busting. What about when the mother has a fever?
Ah, yes.
The age-old advice is to stop breastfeeding immediately?
A complete myth.
Really?
The doctor clarifies that the mother should continue.
Okay.
Her body, it creates antibodies to fight the fever.
Okay.
And these amazing fighters pass to the baby through the milk, giving the baby's immune system a boost.
Are wow, that is incredible. It's like a personalized live action vaccine.
Precisely. Now, brace yourself for this one, Rahi.
Yes.
The poop question. What do you think is a normal pooping schedule for a breastfed newborn?
The great baby poop analysis. It's a national pastime for new parents. I'd say maybe a few times a day.
Get this. The doctor says it's perfectly normal for a baby to poop 10 to 15 times a day
Wow.
or not poop for 8 to 10 days.
Wait, what? 10 days? You're joking. I think most parents would be at the hospital by day 3.
I know, right? But as long as the baby is passing gas and their tummy is soft, it's completely normal for an exclusively breastfed baby.
Okay.
This one piece of information can save so much anxiety.
Unbelievable. What about mothers of twins? They're always worried, will I have enough milk for 2?
The guide confirms the magic of the human body.
Yeah.
It's all about frequent feeding to signal that production.
That's so empowering. Okay, the article also dives into some trickier scenarios.
It does.
For instance, if a premature baby isn't feeding well, should you just start formula?
That's a very real concern. But Dr. Vijliwala advises patience over panic.
Right.
A premature baby's brain isn't fully mature, so their sucking reflex can be weak. The answer isn't to jump to formula, but to give them time and keep trying with mother's milk. It's a developmental process.
Right. It's about the baby's readiness, not the mother's milk.
Okay, another common one. The baby spits up or what looks like vomiting right after a feed.
Right.
Is that a sign of illness?
The spit up saga, the article calls this possetting and says it's rarely true vomiting.
Oh, okay.
The valve at the top of a baby's stomach is a bit loose. As long as the baby is happy and gaining weight, this is perfectly normal.
So the main takeaway is invest in a good supply of burp cloths.
Absolutely. Now for a sensitive situation. A mother becomes pregnant again while her first child is still young, say 10 months.
Oh, yeah.
Should she stop breastfeeding?
Oh, that's a tough one. There are so many stories about the milk becoming bad or it harming one of the babies.
According to the doctor, that's just not true.
Really?
Medically, if the mother is healthy and wants to continue, she absolutely can.
Okay.
Her body, it remains fine and it poses no harm.
That's so important. It gives the choice back to the mother. Okay, one final question that this amazing guide addresses. Supplements. Do babies under 6 months who are exclusively breastfed need extra vitamin or iron drops?
The answer is clear and simple no.
Wow.
Mother's milk is a complete food perfectly designed for the baby. For the first 6 months, if a baby is only on mother's milk, nothing else is needed. No water, no supplements.
So the core message is to trust the process. Trust your body, trust your baby, and get your information from a reliable source.
Exactly.
Dr. Vijliwala also mentions long-term benefits, right?
Bilkul. The longer a child is breastfed,
Yeah.
the better their long-term health outcomes, from higher intelligence to a lower risk of obesity and diabetes.
It's just incredible. This guide from the Balmurthy online project is such a service to parents everywhere. A huge thank you to Dr. I.K. Vijliwala and the Unified Growth Foundation.
Sahi baat hai. To all the parents and parents to be listening, take a deep breath. You've got this.
Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. In today's world of constant digital noise and conflicting advice, how can we as a community better support new parents in trusting their instincts and proven medical wisdom?
Food for thought. Until next time, take care.
Bye, everyone.
Well, this episode reminds us that early parenting can feel overwhelming, but simple, clear answers can help you move forward with more confidence. I would love to know, which question in today's conversation did you relate to the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your experience might be exactly what another parent needs to hear. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on our social media handles and visit our website for more such thoughtful parenting content. Namaskar.